Right, today's record is from the Fleshtones. This is Hexbreaker. I know the Fleshtones is one of John's very favorite groups. In New Jersey, he got to see them, I think, quite a lot. In fact, the lead singer of this group actually made an ID for us for our radio show, which is really cool. This one's on IRS. And he got it at Princeton Record Exchange for the pittance sum of $1.99. Like, why would this be $1.99? I don't know. But here they are on the back. This is from 1983, way back when. Probably, I don't know when they started out, but I'm sure John will give you some history on that. Peter Zaremba, that's his name. He made us an ID for our radio show in the Red with JT and Heidi Lee every other Friday night on WNMC. There's a little plug there. But there's the IRS label.
Here we have the Fleshtones, Hexbreaker from '83. I guess you consider this their third album. Their very first one was kind of like a limited edition cassette LP called Blast Off. But they were on IRS. Fleshtones, great New York City band, still going. I always knew of them. Never bought many of their records because I remember Peter Zaremba hosting 120 Minutes on MTV. They came out of the CBGB scene, but in most of my books, they don't get mentioned a whole lot. It's like they were on the fringe, but they were there and they knew everybody and made recordings and stuff. I didn't get into these guys heavily until I met my friends Fusco and Mopar Larry, who are huge fans of the Fleshtones and damn near close personal friends with Keith String and Peter Zaremba. In fact, on the Fusco always gets thanked in the thank yous on the latest Fleshtones records, and he's actually on the back cover of the latest one, the face of the screaming werewolf, his face being choked, or no, the second to last Fleshtones record. I'm sorry. And he's always sometimes mentioned in song lyrics. I got this, obviously, at Princeton Record Exchange for $1.99. Came out in '83, so it's their third record. Most well-known song on here is Right Side of a Good Thing. And I remember when the Fleshtones kept bopping around from label to label, they would have interest from a label. Some guy was like, oh my God, I love you guys. I mean, we walked down the aisle to Right Side of a Good Thing, and they're all excited, but then they wouldn't sign them. And they would always be on these little labels. Not much to say about this. It's on IRS, home of IRS, the Buzzcocks are on there, and Fleshtones.
It has a chrysalis inner sleeve, though. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I saw that, but I don't know if it has any... it's manufactured and distributed by A&M. Distributed by them. IRS was the label of Stuart Copeland's brother, and the Police were kind of on IRS AM in a while. But anyway, Fleshtones, one of the greatest garage bands ever, still going. You can hear Peter Zaremba and Little Steven's Underground Garage. Because of my connections, I actually got Peter to record a bumper for our radio show. Him and Keith were nice enough to do it. So 1983 on IRS, the Fleshtones, Hexbreaker. The other great song in here is Screaming Skull.